That's your interpretation.
Yes, it is my interpretation, and I'm pretty good at my job, and it kind of gets what I get from you right now, is that you want something to happen so that you can use that gun.
Hey guys, the video I have for you today is actually a follow-up video to the one I put up the other day with the open carry guy who called in about the noise complaint. This video was recorded later on in the same shift by the same officers who responded back out to the guy's house. Apparently he was outside and he overheard the neighbors he was having a dispute with previously. They were talking on the phone. He didn't like what he heard them saying on the phone, so he called the police again. The video you'll see is going to be the officers responding. You get to hear how they dealt with him the second time in that same shift, and hear the advice that they gave him again. So I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you learned something, and I'll talk to you soon.
Mr. Williams, come on. What's going on now?
I'm just following.
What's going on?
I was overhearing him calling in buddies going, hey, I need backup. This dude's son fucked up. Basically threats like that. I'm just calling in and putting on paperwork. I told you this is going to continue to go down road. Now, I just reviewed the tape. I don't think I did anything out of order, and yes, I was moving away. I was trying to de-escalate. I let that handle in court. I'm getting ready to get that and go down to the magistrate now. But I'm just time stamping and letting you know it is progressing. There's more people. There's 3 or 4 cars. They're all fucking gathering. So I don't know where this is going.
So what did you hear him say?
I heard him, thanks for having my back. This dude's done fucked up. We're going to get him. That's what I heard.
We're going to get him?
Yeah, what's that mean? It could mean any number of things.
So
Legally, it doesn't have much.
Where was he at when he was saying it? On his porch?
He was sitting on his porch.
Talking
on his
loud?
phone, on voicemail.
Talking loud?
Yeah, he was talking loud. So I'm just timelining. I'm time stamping everything.
Okay.
All right. So you're probably going to get a lot of calls coming in at this point.
How you doing?
So.
All right. Well,
that's all I'm doing is time stamping, and you can see there is more people now. I'm just time stamping anything. If anything should happen to happen, I just heard a whole bunch of shots over that way, so I know you guys are probably busy. So,
You've been outside the whole time since we left last time?
No, I've gone in. We are not allowed to smoke or vape in the house.
Okay.
So that's usually why I'm on the porch.
Yeah. Be able to do it in the backyard?
I can, and I probably will at this point.
Probably smoke.
But all my chairs are here. There's no rain cover in the back. So, I mean,
it's not raining right now.
It's not quite,
just like I said earlier, the smarter play is to not try and antagonize anything. And being on your porch isn't necessarily antagonizing.
Well, me being on my porch
it's not antagonizing.
Yeah, I know. But he's doing the same thing, and this is what I'm saying. I'm not the one escalating.
I'm not saying you are.
At this point.
But there's people that have ignorance in their life.
That's fine.
And not give them any more ammunition. If it's not going to bother you to take a different place to smoke or whatever, that's probably in the best interest. But you do what you do what you want to do on here.
But like I said, I've got a crowd of people. I got people cussing more in my neighborhood, and and at what point does this pop off? And what do I do when that pops off? And it's in my yard.
You stay over here.
That's right. And this is my problem.
Have they directed any words towards you?
Yes. He started pointing at me and calling me a bitch and this and that, and I just walked out. He was talking to John and Jude, and I didn't know what was going on, so I poked my head out the door, and he immediately started cussing at me. I don't have that on film because I had this on charge. I was trying to get it downloaded.
He's allowed to cuss
These
at
two
you.
people are new people that have shown up.
Why?
So,
see, don't be so antagonistic to people. And I mean, these have people over here.
No. You see, you keep telling me to stop being antagonistic. I'm just giving you information.
You just made a comment of these people that are out on a walk.
Is it a fact? It's a fact. I don't care that they're on a walk. They showed up and have been talking to them and then telling them what they can and can't do in revolves to me. All right. They've already said words to me.
Who did?
They did.
People walking down the street. What did they say to you?
Oh, I don't remember at this point. You're asking for a lot of detail. I know you're trying to do your job. I'm just time stamping. So when this shit kicks sideways, like, why do I have this vehicle in my yard now?
It's not in your yard, dude.
It's
in the street. They're looking to park.
But this is building up. So
you need to not concern yourself with across the street right now so much.
I need to concern myself with my safety. And when I've got people piling up, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to sit on that porch. I'm telling you from this point on, I'm allowed to defend my property. Dude, if somebody robs you, you're just gonna, bend your knee, or you're gonna try and
You're
defend
putting,
yourself. Look,
you're blowing this
I'm
way
done.
out of proportion.
I'm done. If shit goes sideways, this is recorded. You're recording, and there's that.
It's loud music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why has it got to go to this level? Why do we have all this activity now? Because he's upset that somebody stood on him. I'm trying to get down to the magistrate and get charges filed because I actually heard him threaten me on there. You couldn't hear it with all the background noise. But I know when I get it on there and I can adjust the volume on that, you'll be able to hear it clearly. And that's up for a court to deal with.
You need to take a step back.
No, I need to be able to defend myself.
No, you're all worried about defending yourself. No one's tried.
Yes, I'm being attacked. I've got evidence of it. There's higher levels of activity.
You're saying there was one threat of him saying
I've heard him fucking on the phone calling his boys in, and look, he's got his boys coming in.
Why are you screaming across the road?
I'm not screaming.
You're saying,
I have a loud voice.
You're saying it loud and directing your voice towards them so they can understand.
I'm directing it towards you.
No, you're looking at me and you're looking towards them.
Stop interpreting.
I'm not interpreting.
My intentions are simple. I want this to end. I want the escalation to go down. I'm not going to retreat because I don't have to retreat.
Then ignore it.
I've retreated to my property. I cannot leave my property. I cannot. Ignore what? That he's bringing in more and more people?
He can have it. He can have it.
It's going to happen at 2 o'clock in the morning?
He can have as many people as he wants at his house.
Timestamp. I've got this recorded. I've got this recorded. I've got this interaction.
You need to take a step back and chill with it. No, not literally.
At what point, when a shot hits my house, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to say, are you going to go after him? Are you going to go after him?
The only person that's displayed a gun has been you today.
I'm wearing it. The time I pulled it was when he was coming across the street.
You're the only person
I don't know
that
if he
has
has a weapon.
displayed it. You're trying to make assumptions and things that could happen in the future. A meteor could fall out of the sky and hit the neighborhood too.
Okay, so when the bullets start flying, you've got this recording.
You're taking this way to another level.
No, I'm not taking it to a level because look at all of this.
I'm thinking you're wanting something to happen.
That's your interpretation.
Yes, it is my interpretation, and I'm pretty good at my job. And it kind of gets what I get from you right now is that you want something to happen so that you can use that gun.
No, I don't. Let me be very clear. The last thing I want to do is have to use this.
Then ignore this situation.
But I can only retreat so far, and that's what you're not doing.
You can ignore what they're saying.
On my property.
You called us. Why did you call us here
evidence.
tonight? Because you heard him on the phone talking to other people?
Was that me engaging him? No, I overheard it. Why is he making? You telling me not to be loud? Why is he doing it? He's doing the same damn reason. Stop playing the.
He didn't call us about you though.
He doesn't have to. He's calling all his boys. Look at this.
You can have friends over.
They're having friends over.
You're right. Right. It's interpretation. But when it happens, I've sat there and said this is it.
They're allowed to go over to his house.
Have I made threats to any of them? No, I haven't.
You called us here for a reason that I don't know, that you heard him talk on the phone loudly to his friends.
That's right, because I want it timestamped so if anything happens, then what I heard has more weight in a court of law. Do I have it recorded? No. Do my cameras work? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, in a court of law, it's going to be hearsay, so it's not going to matter.
Exactly.
It's not going to matter.
But it shows more intent. It helps me in a court of law. I'm allowed to do it.
There's no intent when
there's no intent.
Yes, there is.
He's not talking
when
to you.
When he says, we're going to get him, he's done fucked up, interpret that. If I said, you've done fucked up, I'm going to get you, what does that mean? What does that mean to you? Now, that's the hypothetical. I'm just giving you the example. If I was to do that in any engagement in which you were either on your job or at a home, how would you respond to that?
Mr. Williams.
Yep, you're not going to answer that.
No, I'm not. What I'm asking you to do is to ignore.
I am ignoring, but listen, I'm not escalating. This is an escalation. It can be interpreted as an escalation.
No, it cannot.
All right. Now, I'm going to go in my house now.
That'd be great. You can go in the house.
But if this keeps up, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to smoke. I can smoke on my front porch. I can smoke on my back porch. That doesn't mean intent. Just like you said,
you remember what I told you last time I was here about you, and if you're going to open carry a gun, you need for you to be a cooler, calmer head? A cooler, calmer head would potentially stay out of the way and go to the backyard to smoke. You want to keep talking over top of me, we're going to be done here. You need to think about your actions if you're going to carry a gun. Don't care if it's on your property or whatever. Like I said earlier, I almost believe that you want to incite something.
That is your belief.
It is my belief. And I'm telling you, as a gun carrier, open carrier, you need to have a cooler, calmer head and take yourself away from situations that's going to cause a problem. You said you can smoke in the backyard, but you're not choosing to do that. You want to be out here so that you can nitpick.
I want to be aware when something goes sideways. because I've already heard the threats. Now, you don't know that those threats. I've heard them. I know what those threats are.
Mr. Williams.
All right.
We're going to leave now.
All right.
Please ignore whatever you think is going on over there. If they're talking to you directly, then fine. But they're going to have a party over here. They're probably going to have people over here. It's probably going to get loud. We'll come over. We'll do a couple laps.
We'll get that call when it happens.
Well, it depends if it's a situation or not.
Paranoia issues at all?
Do what?
Do you have paranoia issues at all?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Are you a psychologist? No offense, but that's an uncalled for question.
I am trained to deal with people that are in mental health crisis.
I do not have mental health issues. All right.
What it appears
I have recordings of actual things that have happened, so it's not paranoia.
That you have are not going to happen. Does that make sense?
Mr. Williams, what you recorded earlier?
I do a lot of security work, and I've watched these things play out multiple times. And if something happens more often than not, you can usually rely on them happening that way, generally speaking.
How long
Is
you
it
been
going
doing?
to happen? No.
Okay.
If it all de-escalates and everything's fine, and Copacetic, 3 years later,
You're not at a security job right now.
Somebody goes, dude, that was all fucked up. I'm sorry.
You're not at a security job.
He's having friends.
No,
over.
I'm at my own fucking property, and I'm getting woke up by loud ass. I work at night from time to time. Usually I don't. Well, right now I'm working from fucking 12 to fucking 6 in the morning, or 10, depending on how long it goes. All right, I'm doing demolition work right now. Huh?
Are you working tonight?
I was until this happened, because I cannot risk anything happening, because when I was on Chittenden, it went down that way. I've had people sit there and threaten my wife when I was married. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm being put into handcuffs because supposedly I made a threat. And then after the cops leave, my fucking front door gets busted in. All right? So it's not paranoia. This is shit that has happened. So if it's happened before, it can happen again. I'm watching an escalation occur. All right, why are we going to have a party now? Why are we building up more people? Why are we having more people around?
Because they want to.
You know what? They can do that, and that's fine. But the moment this house is harmed, I have a right to defend myself, and I have a right to report it. I have a right to, and that's all I'm doing. I'm recording because I've told you that I've heard threats. If damage happens here and there was shit going on there, 2 + 2 = what? Is it 5 or is it 4?
But you're taking a noise complaint from earlier and turning into someone shooting up your house.
I'm listening to escalation because I'm hyper vigilant and being in a dangerous
There it is. You're hyper vigilant. All right. We'll be around the area.